Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Ajani, and I have some messages for you today. Um, so I feel like being like a little bit more comfortable today. I don't have my little lights on. I'm actually in my room, just chilling, lights off, relaxed. And that's the way I like it. My energy is a little bit lower and slower these days. I feel like I'm going through like a deep integration process from my spiritual awakening or dark night of the soul. And as I'm integrating, I just kind of want to keep a lot to myself, and that includes me. So just really taking some time to be in solitude, and really just allow myself to piece back together, new pieces of myself. But I say all that to say, I have a message for you guys today, and I don't really know what I'm going to say. Yes, I do have some notes written down that I've been journaling for the past couple days, because what I'm going to share with you guys today is something that has been circling in my vortex for the past couple days, maybe like 3 or 4 days, but I decided to just kind of hold on to it until I felt, like I understood what was coming through, and anchored enough to be able to share this message, which I do today. But yes, I just want you guys to know that, again, I don't really know what I'm going to say. I'm just going to allow myself to be a vessel. Okay, I'm going to allow myself to be a channel today and just speak from the heart. And yeah, so with that being said, let's get into these messages. So I feel like for a lot of people that I'm channeling this message for, you are sorry, before I even get into the message, I do have my roommate is working out outside with her trainer. So if you hear some background noise, that's that. Can't really do anything about it. So just tune in to me. Okay, so back to the message. So a lot of the people that I am tuning into, that I'm channeling this message for, you are getting ready to experience, some challenges or some situations that's going to break you open. Okay, that's going to make you feel very raw. That's going to make you feel very vulnerable. Okay, and that's going to make you feel a lot and feel deeply. Okay, and it's going to feel, very overwhelming. It's going to feel very intense, but there is a powerful reason why you are being broken open in this way. Let me see what I wrote down in my handy dandy journal. um Yes, to be broken open is to allow yourself to be in a vulnerable position to usher in a change and evolution. Okay, so yeah, again, the reason why you guys are feeling this broken openness is because you're being asked to change. Your higher self is letting you know it's time to evolve, it's time to expand, it's time to grow, it's time to level up. And in order for us to get to the next chapter, this is what we have to feel. And through our feelings, we have to allow ourselves to transmute some energy so that we can, alchemize into what it is that we are trying to be, or where it is that we're trying to go, right? Um, Being broken open can look like experiencing challenges that evoke you to use your throat chakra and your words. So, this message, I feel like I'm about to start jumping around right now. Um, this specific message, I feel like it's for people who are learning how to use their throat chakra, okay? Learning how to use their words, learning how to express themselves, learning how to stand up for themselves, and learning how to just be authentic, right? I feel like a lot of these people who I'm talking to, or a lot of you people who I'm talking to, who are being broken open, it's because you are being put in a challenging position to learn how to utilize your throat chakra, okay? And yeah, so let's see. Even though I feel like I just said this, let me read this. It could be to be cracked open is to be challenged by something, to be activated and triggered by something so much that it leaves you vulnerable and feeling things deeply to where you have no choice but to respond to those emotions in a way that will resolve them. Having to do things differently if you want certain results, different results. Okay, I'm glad I read that. Because I feel like I need to tell you guys a example so you could understand where I'm coming from. So I have had this person in my life, okay? And this person in my life crossed some boundaries that I was absolutely not happy about, okay? Um, and as I was processing, my boundaries being crossed and how I felt and whatnot, um, there was a part of me, the old part of me, the part of me that, is dying off. That part of me just wanted to just keep shut, not say anything, not voice how I was feeling, and how deeply upset I was about my boundaries being crossed, because I've had my boundaries crossed so many times. When I try to tell people that I didn't like that, they don't care. So that part of me just wanted to be quiet and just, let things be, push it under the rug and start all over from that. But no, this situation challenged me, right? This situation asked me to do some transmutation, some alchemizing, right? And I had to check in with myself. Like, when this person crossed my boundaries, initially after I had already told them, about my boundaries before they crossed them, right? I was very hurt, very triggered, very upset. And I let it be known. I let it be known. I let it be known how I was feeling, what the fuck they did that was wrong, excuse my language, and just like a whole bunch of other things that was on my mind, heart, and spirit that I felt like I needed to tell this person, And I feel like, excuse me, um, where was I at? I feel like, yes, if it wasn't for this situation deeply, triggering past wounds of mine and past traumas, and me recognizing what was happening, what opportunity was being given to me in this time, I probably wouldn't have been able to take advantage of, being able to transmute that pain and to finally being able to set boundaries for myself, right? And speak up where I felt like I was wronged, right? Um, and another thing too, I feel like some people, when it comes to authenticity, you know, a lot of you guys are being cracked open, to really learn how to just be yourself, right? And just not give a fuck about what anyone thinks or says. This is really about knowing your journey and knowing yourself to the point that you just live your life the way you're supposed to live it unapologetically, so that you can just enjoy yourself ultimately, so that you can just go with the flow of life the way that it was intended to be. Because I feel like so many people like control, they want to control the way people see them. Okay, they want people to think certain ways of them and that they're this way and da 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 da. And I feel like you have been trying to uphold this image that no longer serves you. Okay, you have been trying to upload. You have been trying to uphold this version of yourself that no longer serves you, and you're being asked to, again, just do things differently. I feel like I switched to, a different person that I'm talking to now. If you caught on, you caught on. But, who I'm talking to now is all about just learning how to be authentic and not give a fuck and really honor, who you are meant to show up as in this life, however you're supposed to show up in this life, right? And that's down to even our daily like habits and just I guess the way we show up. I feel like for me, I've been going through like my own dark night of the soul, my own spiritual awakening, and it's been causing me to really need to rest. Like, I'm talking about no energy to really exert externally, really needing to take some time to just rest and be in bed and recharge. And on the outside, people might see that as like, oh my gosh, she's being lazy and, she's, not doing anything, da 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 da. When in reality, I know exactly what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what I'm needing to do right now. And it's just like honoring and embracing that authentic aspect of myself within my journey. Does that make sense? Being, because there's a lot of change, when you finally let go of control, and what I mean by control, I mean like really like clinging on. When you let go to things, when you let go of things that you're clinging on to, you finally like see you're able to see like your own sacred evolution in this whole entire process. But hopefully what I'm saying is like speaking to some people and resonating. But what? Dime. Cinta. Okay, 1 second, guys. All right, that just kind of threw me off. So I forgot where I was at. But let me go back to my journal really quick. Yeah, just all about controlling, how people think or see or feel about you. And by controlling, you're doing things outside of alignment, outside of authenticity, outside of yourself that just don't really necessarily align. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, no more. I don't give a fuck. This time, I'm going to say what I want to say, and I don't care if I ruffle any feathers. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if anyone gets upset or triggered about me speaking my feelings or me deciding to live my life the way that I know I'm supposed to live my life and be who I'm supposed to be and show up how I'm supposed to be. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I feel like a lot of you guys are starting to realize that this is what's needed of you if you're really going to show up in your full power, right? Is the fact that you need to learn how to speak up for yourself and stand up for yourself and voice your opinions and voice your hurt and voice whatever you need to get off your chest whenever you need to get off your chest, and just be showing, just being yourself. Fuck it. And there may be some time, where you're still exploring these aspects of yours when you start to utilize your throat chakra, but just allow it to flow and just continue to show up in a very authentic way. Now, I feel like I need to say there's a time and place for everything. So there's like, if you feel like, I'm trying to give the best scenario. Nope, throw it out the window. I don't feel like talking about it because I don't even know what's coming through about that. I just feel like I need to say there's a time and place for everything. So take it as you need that. But yes, I'm checking in because I told myself I was going to be consistent with uploading messages from spirit, and I wanted to do this today. Now that I have like a little bit of window of energy. And yes, this is just a reminder that change is happening, and you're being put in positions these days to really bring out that true, authentic self of yours. A newer, authentic version of you, right? A newer, authentic version of you that resonates with who you are now and who you're getting ready to become. So no longer shrinking yourself, no longer staying small to please others. No longer, keeping your voice hidden or your thoughts and whatnot tucked under, deep below our assholes. You know what I'm trying to say. But with that being said, I think I said all that I needed to say. It's throat chakra time. It's throat chakra activation time. Okay, we're stepping into our truth. We're stepping into our authenticity. We don't give a fuck what anyone feels about what we have to say for ourselves. Because this time we're standing up for ourselves, and this time we are speaking our truth. Okay, because there have been times before this where we were too afraid to. We weren't able to because we didn't feel like it was safe. And now that we're feeling safe within ourselves, right? Now that you're feeling safe within yourself, you're starting to show up as yourself. And that's right. So with that being said, let me know in the comments if this message resonated for you, or, share this message with someone who you feel like it would resonate with. And I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.